Nadhim Zahawi has been sacked from the UK government after an inquiry by Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's ethics advisor criticised how he handled his tax affairs. Mr. Sunak said an inquiry showed there had been a serious breach of the ministerial code.
Hello, the British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has sacked the chairman of his Conservative Party, Nadhim Zahawi. His dismissal comes after an independent investigation of Mr. Zahawi's tax affairs. Now, these have been the subject of a growing controversy recently since it emerged that he had to pay a penalty to the tax authorities. The Prime Minister said the investigation made clear that, quote, there has been a serious breach of the ministerial code. Mr. Sunak received the report from Sir Laurie Magnus, the independent advisor on ministers' interests, early this morning. Sir Laurie told the Prime Minister that certain omissions by Mr. Zahawi fell short of the standards that ministers are expected to abide by, and he concluded, I consider that these omissions constitute a serious failure to meet the standards set out in the ministerial code. I consider that Mr. Zahawi, in holding the high privilege of being a Minister of the Crown, has shown insufficient regard for the general principles of the ministerial code and the requirements in particular under the 7 principles of public life to be honest, open and an exemplary leader through his own behaviour. Well, in response to that, Mr. Zahawi has put out his own statement. In a letter to the Prime Minister, he writes, "It has been the privilege of my life to serve in successive governments and to make a tangible difference to the country." He then went on to criticise press coverage of his position, saying, quote, "In a week when an MP was physically assaulted, I fail to see how one headline on this issue, 'The Noose Tightens,' reflects legitimate scrutiny of public officials."